Good morning, children. Very good morning. Hello, sit down. How are you, children? Acha, are you ready for the new chapter? Yes. Acha, I'm going to tell you one story first. Acha, have you seen the little one? Not seen. Have you heard the story from your parents or grandparents about the little men? They are very funny, those are very strange, and they have very magical power. Have you seen? Have you heard the story? Yes. Acha. Your parents and your grandparents must have told about the people who are very funny, and they have the very magical power also. So today we are going to read about like this a funny person. About a funny person who was very strange and he was very magical also. He did very magical things and he also very helpful. He always helps others, and in this story also he helped. How he helped to one girl, little beautiful girl. We are going to read about story, and this story name is very strange. It is a big name and its name also the strange. And what is the name of the story? The story name is Rumpelstiltskin. Okay? So I am writing. See the spelling. Is it not a big name? Can you spell this word? So first, when you will get a big word, we will break the word into small parts, then you will learn. So how? You see, here I am breaking this word. Rumpel, one word rumpel, then stilt. Stilt, then skin. Here three words are there, rumpel, stilt, skin. When you combine these three words, it becomes Rumpelstiltskin. This is a big name. You have to break the word, then you will learn. Okay, children? So now, you all of you open your book, page number 48, and I am going to read the story and I am going to tell you the story. What is the story? It is a very beautiful and very funny story. This happened a long time ago in a country far away. By the side of a forest near a stream was a mill. The miller lived in a cottage close to the mill. His beautiful daughter lived with him. The miller was very proud of his beautiful and intelligent daughter. So what happened? Once upon a time, there was a country in which a miller, do you know who is miller? The person who runs a mill. The person who is having or who is runs a mill or who is the owner of a mill is known as miller. There was a miller and he had a very beautiful daughter. He had a very beautiful daughter and they both lived in a cottage. What is the meaning of cottage? Cottage means it is a hut. It is a thatched house and it is not a strong like pakka house. It is a kacha house. They both are living in a cottage close to the mill. The cottage was near to the mill or close to the mill. His beautiful daughter lived with him. And his beautiful daughter was living with his, that means the father and daughter both were living in that house. The miller was very proud of his beautiful and intelligent daughter. Do you know, children, that girl, she was not only beautiful, she was also very intelligent, was very clever. And both father and daughter, they were living there happily. One day the handsome king of the country was passing the mill. He saw a pretty girl sitting near the stream. Who is this girl? The king asked his courtiers. One day what happened? One day that king of that country was also very handsome. What is the meaning of handsome? Handsome means good looking. Handsome. Like you are telling beautiful girl. Girl is, for girls, it is one of the adjective. Understand? This is one of the adjective. To describe the beauty of the girl, you are writing beautiful. Yes or no? Beautiful, pretty. These are the words we are using for the girls. Yes or no? But for the male person, for the boys, for the male person, we use handsome. Handsome matlab good looking. It means good looking. The king of the country, he was very good looking. And one day that good looking king, he was visited his country, and when he came across this cottage, he saw a beautiful girl was sitting near a stream. Who is this girl? The king asked his courtiers. And courtiers, what do you mean by courtier? Here another word comes, courtier. What is the meaning of this courtier? The person who walks in the court of the king are known as courtiers. The people who are walking in the court of the king, that means they are the ministers of the king. Okay, courtier means minister. They are walking in the court of the king. So the king was accompanied by his courtiers, and he was going to the forest to visit the country. And while he was passing that mill, he saw the beautiful girl sitting beside the stream, and he asked his courtiers, "Who is this little girl? Who is this beautiful girl?" Okay, start. So he saw the beautiful girl, and he was astonished to see a beautiful girl near the stream sitting. And he asked his courtiers, "Who is this little girl? Who is this beautiful girl?" "She is the daughter of the miller who lives in the house near the mill, Your Majesty," said one of the courtiers. So from among his courtiers, he was assisted by many courtiers. So from among his courtiers, one of his courtiers replied, "This girl is the beautiful daughter of the miller." The person who runs that mill, the miller, he was the daughter of that miller. The king heard the voice of the people, the miller heard the voices of people and the neighing of the horses. Here another word comes, neighing. What is the sound of the horse is called? What is the sound of the horse is called? It is neigh. N-E-I-G-H. This is the sound of horse. Got it? From this neigh, it is neighing because it is continuous form. Got it? So the miller who was inside the house, he heard the sound of the different people. The people were talking. He heard the voices of the people, and also he heard the neighing of the horses. Neighing of the horses, means the horses also making sound. So the miller heard the neighing of the horses and voices of the people, and he came out and was amazed to seeing the king on his white horse. And when he saw the king was there, he was amazed. He was amazed means he was surprised. Another word here, it is amazed. Amazed. Amazed means surprised. He did not expect one day the king will come to his house, and that's why he was surprised to see the king near his house. And he was amazed to see the king on his white horse. That means the king was riding a white horse, and the miller was surprised to see the king. He went up to the king and began praising her daughter. "Your Majesty," he said, "you are asking about my daughter. She is not only beautiful, She is very clever. She can spin straw into gold. Here the father, the miller, he praised his daughter like anything. He told the king, your majesty, your majesty, one of the attribute when we are addressing the king, the higher personalities, we are addressing like this, your majesty. Your majesty, you are asking about my daughter. My daughter is not only beautiful, she is very clever and intelligent. And what she does? She can spin straw into gold. And the person, the father, was height of its proudness, and he told the king, my daughter can spin the straw into gold. This is completely wrong thing, he told to the king. So what happened then? Straw into gold, said the king. Are you telling me the truth? The king was also astonished. When the father told, the miller told, my daughter can spin the straw into gold, the king was also astonished. Spin the straw into gold, he asked with surprise. Oh yes, boasted the miller, I am. And also he saw, boasted means saw. And here the miller saw his daughter, how great my daughter is. To show his daughter's greatness, the father told the great lie about his daughter, that my daughter can spin the straw into gold. The king was greedy. When the king heard that girl can spin the straw into gold, the king became greedy, and he took the miller daughter back to his palace. And the greedy king, he took the daughter of the miller back to his palace. He put her into a room full of straw and said, come on, you are very smart. Turn the straw into gold by tomorrow morning. He locked the door and left her there. See, as the father told the lie about his daughter, here the king became greedy, and he took the miller's daughter to his own palace, and he put her in a room, and the room was full of straw, and he instructed the girl, before tomorrow morning, you spin all these straw into gold. So what happened? The girl was innocent. Though she was clever, though she was intelligent, but she was innocent. She did not know how to spin the straw into gold. So what happened to the daughter? The girl sat on the floor in a corner and wept continuously crying. And all of a sudden, a door opened and a small funny-looking man stood in the doorway. Good evening, he said. Why are you crying? So here, what happened? The king put the girl inside the room and locked the room and went away. And he instructed, by tomorrow morning, you spin all these straw into gold. And the innocent girl, she stood under the floor and started sobbing. He started crying. And because she did not know how to spin, so she started crying. She was crying. At that time, one magic happened. What happened? The door opened, and there was a small, very tiny, funny-looking man entered the room. And he asked, the funny-looking man, he saw the girl is crying, the girl is beautiful, and she is continuously crying, and he did not like the girl to see the girl crying. That's why the little man asked the girl, why are you crying? What happened to you? Why are you crying? I have to spin all this straw into gold by tomorrow morning, said the frightened daughter. The girl was frightened. He was very much frightened. He was afraid of the king's order. She did not know how to spin. That's why he told, when the funny man asked him, why you are crying? She told, I have to spin all this straw into gold by tomorrow morning. The king has instructed me. The tiny fellow limped into the room. Limped. Limped means he has one leg was shorter than another leg. He was limping. He was walking limping. One of his legs was shorter than the other because one of his leg was shorter than other leg. This shall I do for you, my girl. Don't worry, said the funny looking girl. And the funny looking man, he told the girl, don't cry, I will help you. I will spin all the straw into gold. Okay, children, up to here, today we'll stop here because we cannot continue the entire story, explain that entire story in one period. So now, what I have taught in this first page, what are the new words? I have written all the words and its meanings, and I am going to write another synonyms and antonyms from these words, and you take out your copy and write down now. So in this page, we have come across many new words which you do not know. So I am writing all the new words on the blackboard and you write down in your notebook. What are the new words? Here, handsome is the another one new word. Unamassed. Your straw, astonished, so these are the new words we get in this page, and now all of you write down some synonyms of these words. Synonyms, okay? These are the new words. Now we write down the synonyms. Little, one little command, little का मतलब है small. This is the synonym means equal meaning words. Synonym means equal meaning. Write down, all of you open your copy and write down. Little means small. Amaz. Amaz means astonish. Astonish या surprise. These words will come in the exam. So all of you write down clearly, neatly. Then happily. Joyfully. Then another word is here, clever. Clever, its meaning is smart. Smart या intelligent. All of you write down. Then beautiful. Beautiful. Beautiful means pretty, good looking, and handsome. Another word is handsome. Handsome means also good looking. These are the synonyms. Then coming to antonyms. Suprabha, write down. You are not written. Antonyms. Antonym means opposite meaning words. Antonym means opposite words. So what are the opposite words we got from this page? Now write down. King. King opposite. What is the opposite of king? Queen. Very good. Queen. Man. Woman. This is the opposite, these are the genders or opposite genders. Then prince. sentences. Then back, front, angry, calm. Another word you can write here, push, pull. Okay, these are the opposite meaning words. Got it? So this much for today. This is your classwork, and for your homework I am writing some words for making sentence. Okay, write down. First all of you write the chapter name, then you write synonyms, then antonyms. Okay, you have written all the new words. Okay, now children, I am writing some homeworks for you. Make sentences. Simple words I am giving: beautiful, handsome, intelligent, and two more words I am giving. Okay, amassed, another is the palace. Okay children, these are the words, 5 words I am given. You make sentence yourself, make simple sentences and write down in your copy. Tomorrow I will check your copies. Okay children, read the chapter thoroughly, and next class we will go for the rest of the story. Thank you children.